Are you a novelist, or any writer for that matter, who's struggling to overcome writer's block? Well, the first important thing about writer's block that you need to understand is creativity.
But just what is creativity? Is it a thing? No, you can't put it into a wheelbarrow. Creativity, like writing itself, is also a process. And like any process, when some of the steps are missing, even just one step in the process, the whole thing can come to a grinding halt. Now, the creative process can be different in different situations. The process for writing one novel could be completely different than for writing another novel. But what every creative process has in common is that they must all exist within a context. People who are unfamiliar with the creative process make the mistake of thinking that creativity is about freedom and not imposing limitations. But nothing could be further from the truth. Creativity is about contexts and working within the limitations of those contexts. These contexts will serve as your guideposts along the way. When people lose sight of these contexts or guideposts, they frequently lose their way. Let's take an example. Say you're writing a Western. Okay, now the next step is to come up with a cast of characters. Let's say you have a sheriff and a schoolmarm. Let's say you also have a town drunk and a bad guy. These are within the limits of the Western genre. This is because they fit within the guidepost of the genre. Now, if you decide to place the captain of a whaling boat into this story, this is outside the traditional idea of the Western genre, and it just doesn't fit within the guidepost. That's not to say that you can't introduce non-traditional characters into an existing genre like the movies Cowboys and Aliens, where the cowboys are fighting aliens rather than Indians. Here they're rearranging the guideposts of the genre. They're changing the context of the story. And when you do this with any aspect of your story, such as genre, point of view, dialogue or exposition, chapters, paragraphs, sentences, this can frequently lead to writer's block because you just don't know what to do next. Okay, so you're familiar with that part of the process. It's the part that you're trying to resolve. Well, let's take a look at how the human mind works for a little bit. Did you know you actually have 3 minds? The conscious mind is your awareness of the present moment, but the conscious mind can only be aware of so much at any given moment. If you're aware of driving your car as you're listening to the radio and the political implications of the news you're hearing, as well as the price of gas and how the car ahead of you is braking, and the fact that you can't take your normal exit because of construction, it can get a little overwhelming. In fact, the conscious mind can hold only 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information at any given time. This is why telephone numbers are broken into smaller sections. To avoid being overwhelmed, the conscious mind distorts, deletes, and generalizes much of what we experience. Consequently, none of us experience the world in quite the same way. This is a major source of confusion and animosity between humans and the world. The subconscious or unconscious mind is a much broader mind. It is aware of all the things that you cannot be aware of consciously. It regulates your heartbeat, your breathing, your blood pressure, and anything else in your life that you're not consciously aware of. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind communicate with each other. Most people are unconscious of this process, but in a little while, we'll see just how to consciously use this process to your benefit. The subconscious mind is the doorway to what the great Swiss psychologist Carl Jung called the collective subconscious, also known as the universal subconscious or the superconscious. This is the level of mind that we go to when we dream. It's also the level of mind that allows people to occasionally think each other's thoughts.
Now that you understand these 4 fundamental concepts of writer's block, how would you like to understand how to use that information to daydream your writer's block away?
What if you had the tools you need to focus your thoughts and use your mind so that you could effectively daydream your way out of writer's block? What if you understood just what writer's block is and how the human mind is designed to work? And what if you could use this knowledge to overcome writer's block every time it raised its ugly head? That would be something worth knowing, wouldn't it? Well, imagine not struggling with point of view, plot questions, description, characterization, or anything else for that matter. Imagine receiving the answers to the questions you're asking and getting on with your writing rather than being filled with doubt about your ability and being grumpy with everyone in your life. Now imagine the confidence in your ability and the peace of mind you'd have if you knew with 100% certainty that the answers were just a daydream away. What would life be like if all that changed? How much better would it be? How much more productive would you be, and how much happier a place would your life be? And, most importantly, what would that peace of mind and confidence be worth to you, or your loved ones for that matter?
Well, for a limited time, you can receive a discount coupon on how to daydream your writer's block away.
In this short and to-the-point course, you'll learn what writer's block really is and what causes it. Because if you don't know who the enemy is, you don't know who to fight. Then you'll learn exactly how the human mind works and how to use it more effectively. Did you know you actually have 3 minds and 2 types of imagination? You'll learn the techniques to consciously focus your thoughts, and then, once you have all the pieces of the puzzle, you'll learn how to put them all together and effectively daydream the solutions to your problems the same way geniuses like Beethoven, Edison, and Einstein did. So get rid of those nagging feelings of doubt and frustration that are causing so much trouble in your life. Stop struggling with what to do next and how to do it, and start achieving your goals and realizing your dream. You'll learn just what causes writer's block in Section 1 and what creativity is in Section 2. You'll understand how your 3 different minds work and how different types of brain waves cause you to think differently in Section 3. Then you'll put all the pieces of the puzzle together in Section 4 by consciously organizing your thoughts and externalizing your thinking. And finally, in Section 5, you'll discover how to change your level of consciousness and effectively daydream your way out of writer's block.
There are a limited number of discount coupons available, so act now before they're gone.
Don't forget, if you're not completely satisfied, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just return it, no questions asked. So stop wasting your time on the road to nowhere. Get back to writing with confidence and certainty. Take control of the writing process rather than writer's block controlling you and preventing you from living your dream. Are you ready? Okay, then let's get started now.